Hey everyone, you're listening to the first ever episode of Modcast. I'm your host Sheena here tonight with some familiar faces you might know. Or not.
Ding dong.
Oh, I'm first? Hi. Hi, my name is Ding Dong.
I'm Jinbao.
What's up, guys? I'm DJ.
I'm Rod.
This is Demi.
And I am Joker.
I'm so glad you all know who you are. Except maybe Ding Dong. He might.
Had one job.
He got a little confused. It's okay. We still love you.
One job, Ding Dong. One job.
I still love
Just a
you.
little confused.
At least someone does.
Oh, I'll always love
I
you.
got
Don't
real-
worry.
I got real sad real fast.
Yeah. What? Happy thoughts. Happy things. So what's new with
Rod, what are you?
Rod? You got a Rod for happy things?
I mean, doesn't everyone?
No,
Seems like
I'm
a
going
very
to you
bad
for
idea.
for horrible, awful sex stories of probably people getting maimed.
I don't have any new sex stories, but a few people got maimed today. If you want to just keep on the dark path. there.
Maybe we should save it for like a little later on because I don't feel like I should really be putting the trigger warning segment of the stream within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta have it build up before we can just drop into the abyss of sadness.
Oh.
Only a few things burnt down today. It's really not that bad.
Oh, today. Well then.
Your weather stories involve maiming.
I mean, a golf course burnt down, which that can actually happen.
How do you burn? Never mind. We'll get to that later. We will get to the Rod's day at work story later. Anyway, so... Oh man, that means I have to wait for my work story. Okay. Actually, yeah, there was a thing that we were talking about the other day that I was really confused about, and that was what you've all been doing in Guild Wars, because I saw under the shenanigans hashtag there was some interesting screen caps of what looked like a torture dungeon in our arena.
Guild Wars? Or Minecraft? Like,
Oh.
wait,
That may
what are
have
we
been
talking
Rod's
about?
doing. Oh, yeah,
Why not
Minecraft.
both?
There might be multiple dungeons involved.
Multiple dungeons.
Might be competing dungeons.
Maybe.
No, because I remember it's like, because recently it's been looking like fucking Demi and DJ have been having some mommy-son role-playing
Oh, alright.
things
Alright.
and
Adopted.
wet buttholes
Yes.
and...
Yes, mommy.
Adopted.
Oh god, please stop. No ball gags!
Alright.
My-
Here's some stuff up. Demi adopted me ages ago. I don't remember the exact date, but it was a long time
Were
ago.
you born yet?
Yes, I was born.
Yes.
But
kinda
it
like-
was only until recently in I think it was in the day we were all drunk and doing weird stuff in Guild Wars. The day
You mean
before that I
Kink
started
Wars?
actually.
So Friday.
Point. Yeah.
Which Friday?
Kink Wars. Friday.
That was Saturday.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got it wrong by a day.
You're not the only one. I was there and I got it wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, it's only recently I started playing the role as
Whoa.
Demi's adopted. So I've been calling her mommy.
Oh my god.
Although
Help.
today I mixed it up. and
Did you
said
call her
mommy
daddy?
with- and what? No, it's mommy spelled M-O-M-I.
Mommy.
Which is funny because it's close to my last name.
Oh, it is.
It is actually.
So,
Then the name fits.
Yeah.
so are you familiar with the story of Oedipus?
Oedipus, yeah. Oedipus, yeah.
Oedipus.
Can't say I am.
Do we need to be concerned about this?
No.
I hope
Oh
not.
god.
No, there's nothing.
Not like
Underline
DJ's
this.
recommending hand.
Oh, hey, card.
No.
So,
Okay.
so who's all gonna go watch Civil War this weekend?
Is that this weekend?
Yeah. Next Friday.
Next Friday. Okay.
Seeing it this
What?
Saturday.
No, it comes out this weekend, doesn't it?
Wait, what?
No, here it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
Not in America.
Oh, that's weird. Because I saw my
Oh.
friends in England were going, and I was like,
Yeah, no.
oh.
America gets a later release date than like Europe and Australia and everybody else.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
What?
We get May 6th.
It's Civil War. That's what America is. I don't understand.
The one time.
Yeah.
The one time.
It was a while ago.
A little
Don't-
bit.
Yeah.
Don't tell it to people down south. They don't know it ended yet.
Oh, ooh, too soon. No,
When
it's not.
Too soon.
I
No,
was
I'm
stationed
kidding.
Like
in
100
Vicksburg, Mississippi.
like-
And they didn't start celebrating the 4th of July again until 1946.
Wow.
Mm.
Please
Being able to
educate.
grudge.
Please educate this Canadian. I have no idea what you're talking about.
So the city of Vicksburg was one of two of the last major battles of the Civil War, Gettysburg and the Siege of Vicksburg. Both of them were resounding defeats for the Confederate States of America. And the city of Vicksburg especially was so bitter about the end of that conflict that they did not celebrate the American Independence Day until after World War II had ended.
Basically, they were butthurt and didn't want to admit defeat.
Exactly, yes.
Oh. So, like all of America.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, if you live above the 48th parallel, the 4th of July has always been awesome.
Oh, I mean, Canada's above it, and I don't give a shit. Just saying.
We're the best.
July 1st. Woo!
Canadian.
Oh, you're not the only Canadian.
Yeah!
Canada doesn't,
My little
Canada
baby.
doesn't allow fireworks anymore, though.
Yeah, you do.
Well, BC doesn't.
What? But the well, no, but they have the there's like the Festival of Lights, and you go. At least I know in Vancouver, you go down to English Bay, and it's like it's basically a beach with a peninsula that comes through it. So it's like a divided beach, and people gather on both sides, and then they just fire off fireworks from boats, like just out off the coast for July 1st.
But those are like
Super
contracted
neat.
people and not personal.
Yeah, but we're not idiots. Nobody wants to actually do it themselves, because then we could blow up.
Yeah, but that's the best part. You get to handle explosives, and you just like
Americans.
bam, boom.
Is that what you do? Bam, boom. Ah, my hand is gone.
No, I go bam, boom. Hey, look, it's 30 feet away from me.
Well, you run fast.
I have had some
I throw it.
fireworks incidents in my years.
Oh, do
that
tell.
have- Well, when I was super
Learn
young,
to throw.
yes,
In the throat.
learn to throw. I don't know. It was probably
Oh.
like
Learn to
8 years
throw.
old.
Oh, learn to throw. I thought you said in the throat. I was like,
In the throat.
is
Oh
this
my God.
normal for
Bad
you
idea.
Americans?
First, you swallow the explosive.
Then you eat some habanero peppers.
So yeah, when I was like 8, my dad saved me from being blinded by a Roman candle by just shot out his arm, and it hit like in the inside of his palm and burned his palm when it would have hit me in the face.
Right.
So that was a
Is
Nice
that,
block.
is that one of those things where they're not like shoved into the dirt far enough and they just go rocketing
yeah, and
around?
the recoil made it fall over. Yeah.
Nice.
And another one when I was an early teen, I had an M300, I think it was, or it might have been M500 go off. It was like a quarter stick of dynamite go off like 10 feet from me. Whoever the douche that threw that was.
Oh.
But yeah, that you feel a concussion blast for that. It's like, I do not feel good.
I just remember a story from my childhood I'd blocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
What's that?
Go on. Tell me more.
I do like
So-
this blocking out.
I had this cousin. Wasn't the best person, but anyway, so he opened a manhole once, poured must have been like a gallon of gasoline into it and lit it on fire,
No.
and made like a big
Yes.
like fire come out, and like he was like throwing paper and more gasoline into it.
Are you in the
And-
manhole at this point?
No. I'm out there because I'm like 6, and I'm like, oh, cool. And
Of course, it's all
Can I
6-year-olds
just
are.
interject one quick thing?
yeah,
You started this by saying I had a cousin. Is this why you're speaking in the past tense?
oh no, he's fine. He joined the military.
Oh,
Well, that's loads better.
great.
Yeah,
So now he's in.
So-
Oh, so he
Go
gets
on.
paid to do that now. Okay.
yeah, basically. Anyway, so I'm there at the manhole with the fire, and
Of course.
we're like running around it. He must have been like 16 or something. I don't remember. I was young. But then at one point, he started leaning me over the fire pit. And I
Why?
was like, I don't remember. But yeah, so that was fun.
Hopefully, you don't talk to that cousin anymore.
I don't talk to much, but he's probably my favorite cousin.
Huh.
What the hell did the other ones do?
Oh, there's one that man, some of my family's weird. Yeah, robbery, assault.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Hooray.
Not too far.
Hi.
Does
Your
anyone
fireworks
else?
stores are worse than mine.
Oh.
Uh,
Couple years. Go ahead, Demi.
2008, when the Phillies won the World Series, me and my brother decided to take a walk to Center City, where everybody was like throwing themselves through the stores. Well, we decided, alright, we had enough of like everybody tearing down lights and shit, so we started going home. A firework went off like right in front of us and started spinning on the ground.
Those are fun.
Yeah. And my brother, he says he was pulling me back, but I guess the crowd was pushing me forward toward the firework.
Oh. Yeah, as crowds do with small children.
Yeah. So, I actually had a burn on my arm from like the heat of the firework
Wow.
for a good like 6 weeks.
Oh,
Fuck
jeez.
that crowd.
Yeah.
It's the
It
same.
was
It's like
crazy.
I just assume like because I don't know what it is, but like because you know how each country censors the news to make them look better. But because I grew up in Canada and we would see the news on like all the crazy shit that happens in America, and it was always like because our Thanksgiving is before your Thanksgiving. Our Thanksgiving happens in October before Halloween, and then we have our Remembrance Day. But then you guys have Thanksgiving towards the end of November, and then you have the world-renowned Black Friday. And growing up, you know, we'd have our Thanksgiving, and it's peaceful, and everyone's starting to do their Christmas shopping, and we have a lot of time for it, and it's not rushed, and we're all just, you know, continuing to be thankful and remembering our fallen heroes in November, and like it's a peaceful, tranquil time. Maybe it's snowing a bit because we all live in igloos, and I see on the news that like, oh, Thanksgiving in America, Black Friday, and it's like video footage of like people getting trampled and like people fighting over microwaves. And I'm just like, I grew up seeing that, and they're like, oh, like 3 deaths confirmed so far in the state of like Indiana or whatever. And I'm just like, why do they do that? Like nobody does that here.
That's my favorite part about Black Friday, when they're fighting over something that's actually like fucking worthless. Like it's like some shitty appliance that they're never going to use or want, but they're like just punching each other over like this most insignificant thing. It's like, seriously, over a toaster?
Yeah, I didn't mean to derail, but I'm just like, I just imagine like crowds, like whenever there is something in America, and it's like, that's the reason I refuse to go outside and actually shop in person for anything on Black Friday, because I'm like, I'm
hell
gonna
no.
die. I will
Same. You're
absolutely
too
die.
small.
I'm very tiny, and I will just shop online and have somebody deliver it to me the next day, because I'm not going out there. I would rather go out in like an Ontario blizzard, like in a swimsuit, than try and survive Black Friday.
Yeah, but you can't punch snow.
But
You
when you
can,
really want
because it's
toast,
frozen.
It's not as satisfying.
It's not about satisfaction,
Personally.
it's about surviving.
Personally, I'm the kind of person, I will go out on Black Friday and I don't actually want to buy anything. I just like to get really close and watch the riots happen.
Popcorn.
that's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Riots are not
I mean-
fun. How many of you heard about the Vancouver riot a couple years ago?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That
Was it
in the news.
hockey related?
I
Yep.
lived in downtown when that was happening.
Oh.
Like, I was going to school there, and it was horrifying.
Did he go to school that day?
I can't remember. It was just... I was just like...
I like
Yeah,
how
really bad.
Canada's like the single most polite society until shit happens in hockey,
Oh, yeah.
and
like,
then all bets are off.
dude, it does
Pretty
not
much.
matter. Like, I'm not a sports person. It's like, I've still been to hockey games. If I had to watch a sport on TV, I'd watch hockey. And, like, I don't know, there's just something... Like, Ding Dong, do you feel that? Like, there's a hockey game on, your attention starts to just gravitate towards it? Or is that, like... Does that not happen to you?
No, I'm not a sports fan.
I'm not either, but it's just, I'm like, oh, hockey, puck. And I just watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting when your team is in it, but you know, when people start getting angry just because they lost, it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was really bad, because I remember walking around downtown. What the news didn't highlight was actually all the citizens who came out to clean up the mess, because what happened and what was actually really infuriating is the people who were basically antagonizing the riot and turning over cars and like setting everything on fire were all people who lived out in like Langley and Abbotsford, cities farther away. So it was like the next day, like all of downtown was shut down, and everybody who lived in the surrounding cities, like or like municipalities, so like from Richmond, from Vancouver, Coquitlam, Burnaby, it's like everyone like just came out with trash bags and huge like gloves and just helped clean up everything, pick up all the broken shards of glass, take down all the splintered wood and like pile it away and like help everyone like restore it. And of course the news didn't cover any of that.
I saw some coverage of that, but it was more about the people getting arrested for wrecking
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I like social media would have shared that stuff, but like news, they were just like, look at how aggressive and look at all this damage and all this shit, and I'm like, ugh.
The news is very, very, very super biased.
They play it up
They
to sell
want
because
views,
that's what it
and that's
is.
like a huge problem. And like,
And I just remember my favorite story about Canadian that I heard about Canada.
oh, what's that?
Canadian.
It involves,
The
Canadian?
maple syrup heist.
Oh
No.
yeah, that.
That was amazing. How much was stolen? Like hundreds of thousands of gallons of maple syrup or something like that.
Yeah, and then they were like, where did it go?
And like, wasn't like the prime minister said like we need to find maple syrup? Like it's actually hurting the economy of the country.
Dude, I was
Which
actually.
Sounds like a sticky situation.
Haha.
Shut up. I was actually
Oh,
made
my.
fun of the other day. Did I tell you guys about the time? Like I had a friend over, and I'm making breakfast, and like they had been over. Yeah, they had been over a couple of times, and I was like, oh, I'll make like sausage and eggs and toast and pancakes, and yay, it's a breakfast. Because like I'm pretty bad about cooking unless somebody comes over, and then I'm like, I have to cook all this food before it goes bad. And
Yeah,
so
that's easier.
like I don't know what it is, but like in Canada, there's like maple sausages. Like that's just what we have. That's like, and I've always bought those. And I don't know like if it's just my particular grocery store that I go to or the layout or what, but I would just see like maple and like they're in the little sausage section, so I'd buy it and I'm cooking it, and this person had been over a couple times and like we're eating, and you know, as I do is I put maple syrup on my sausages and we're eating, and I'm like, do you want some? And they're like, no. And so I'm just like, oh yay, maple syrup's so good. And then they happen to comment like, you know, I don't think I've ever really had hot dogs for breakfast until I ate your breakfast. And I was like, what? These aren't hot dogs, these are sausages. And they're like, no, these are hot dogs. And I was like, what? And I actually got up and I checked the fridge, and I was buying hot dogs the whole time.
You're just eating maple hot dogs.
I was eating maple hot dogs. I went back to the store and I bought the sausages. I came back and the person was like, do you just see maple and you eat it? And I'm like, I don't know, like I'm from Canada, what do you want from me? And then they were commenting on things like what don't you put maple syrup on? Like, would you put it on rice? And I was like, no. And then I started thinking, but I could make a rice pudding, and then I could put maple syrup on that, And then I just felt really ashamed of myself because I'm so Canadian. It hurts.
Crap,
Is
I
there
wanna
anything
try
you
that.
can think of you would not put maple syrup on, or find some way to put maple syrup on?
Okay, but let's keep talking about other things and I'll think about that.
Okay. So, Rod, what did you fuck or die on your week this week?
Whoa!
What?
Well, okay.
Wedding.
Didn't fuck anything. I also didn't die on anything. But work today was very entertaining because we had a massive storm come in. And I'd never actually gotten to work in the 911 center when a big storm comes in. And I was fairly certain that someone had scheduled a purge of some kind for the city. And no one told us because it got to the point where we had 911 calls actually, like, they were queued up and waiting for 45 seconds to a minute. And, I don't know, just went absolutely crazy.
Didn't something happen yesterday?
Yesterday, 2 foot pursuits and a SWAT raid.
SWAT raid.
Right.
Oh wait,
Right.
is this
We-
Cop too, wasn't it?
what?
What was that, Tim Bed?
The foot pursuits were both the same officer, wasn't it?
Yeah. They were the same guy just was really eager to chase somebody down today. Or yesterday.
Gotta get that cardio in.
What was it? Sonic?
I don't think he's a hedgehog. I've never actually met him myself.
But he could be.
He could be.
But is he blue?
I remember.
Babu dee babu
Uh,
die.
Oh,
How far apart were the spaces?
like an hour, maybe 2.
I'm gonna freaking.
Man, what
They were
Gotta go fast.
they were fairly minor things. Like the first one, they were serving a warrant, and the guy decided, yeah, no, I'm not gonna hang around for this. Y'all have a nice day, and then he fucking bolted. And then the second one, they weren't actually going to serve a warrant, but then they recognized somebody that they wanted who was driving his car around, so they tried to stop it. And the guy drove for a little bit, then he ditched the car, and then he took off running.
Oh, wow.
Rod, what was?
And then,
Sorry, it's like you were telling a story the other day where like a guy was like standing there and then someone got shot and like fell down and then
okay,
Oh, right.
what was that one? Because that was a good one.
that was a bit of a clusterfuck.
When isn't it?
So, about the time that I get home, that's a nice time. It's nice, quiet. I drink. But
Scooter throws
the one you're
up.
talking about, so we'd just gone through shift change, and the sheriff's department, one of their sergeants, needed to go get fuel for his car. Pretty mundane thing. Drive down towards the city, and he kind of rounds the corner, and there's a guy just laying on the street, and he radios up. He's like, "We've got a person down here. Also, I think I heard a gunshot a second ago. I thought it was a firework, but I guess not." And that turned into a whole like manhunt through this like little wooded section. And eventually, we found the that guy and 2 other guys hiding in a hotel room
Oh, were they
with 2
naked?
chicks that I don't. No,
Oh.
I mean
Were they
maybe
about to be
earlier,
naked?
but maybe. I mean, generally, like they were in that hotel room for a while because we had them come out one by one,
Whoa.
just so they didn't like try and push the officers because it's always dodgy when you're in like narrow hallways and whatnot, and guns are involved. And there could be people in the rooms around you, and you don't really know for certain. It kind of reminds me of some like the basic shipboard combat stuff they taught me. Which, I'm not gonna lie, ships, that's really dirty kind of fighting. Because one of the things they were teaching us, apparently, the boats nowadays mostly made of metal, but if you aim halfway down a hallway and shoot at the wall on the opposite side, you can actually bank buckshot around corners.
Oh, Jesus
What
Christ.
the fuck?
Jeez.
Yeah.
No.
Or you can like aim it
thanks.
halfway down the hallway and you can like bounce it up into people's knees if they're they've got like something blocking their upper body.
Wow.
Okay.
They're teaching you how to pull out a wanted bullet that just goes everywhere.
I mean, it's shotgun shells with the shot, so it's not quite wanted levels.
So with this guy who's like, oh, I guess that was a gunshot. Like, what happened after?
So there was a wooded area kind of near there that they think he ran into, and
wait.
they interviewed.
Did they not catch him?
They did, but it took a couple hours.
Oh.
So the sergeant didn't actually see the suspect, but he talked to a couple people and got a description, and a few people were like, "Oh yeah, he definitely went this way," and they kind of came to this wooded area and they kind of surrounded it, and they got the canines out, and they got the pepper ball guns out, which are pretty much a paintball gun that shoots. It's like a paintball, except it's full of capsaicin powder. Wonderful.
Oh, so it's like
There's the
pepper
finest.
spray in a pellet.
Yeah,
Wow.
but after a bit, we're kind of we're not really finding anything down in this wooded area. But then we see these two people that we interviewed in this going into this hotel room, and one of the people with them kind of matches our suspect. So eventually, they kind of go and start talking around. It's like, okay, we're pretty sure they're staying in this room here. So they call the room up, and the two women come down and say, "Yeah, we lied to you. Our bad. Whatever. We didn't care that much because there was 3 guys up there with guns." And eventually, after they realize they're surrounded, and there's really no jumping out of the third floor window, they surrendered. And we called them out one at a time, handcuffed them, took them down to
Bullshit. You
jail.
can jump out of anything.
I mean, you can jump out of anything. It's your success rate upon landing goes down very quickly.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you're gonna land. It's just whether or not you're gonna be intact.
Yeah. It's just
Oh,
you gotta aim for something soft.
Like the
I
person
suppose.
that's just before you.
Right. Yes, that guy.
There you go,
Mostly-
teamwork.
I kind of wish they'd sent the dogs in, because honestly, hearing the dogs work is just a delightful
Oh,
experience.
God.
Oh, not the dogs.
For you.
Not the dogs.
Dogs
I
are
mean,
fine.
yeah, for me.
DJ, have you had a bad experience with dogs?
Oh. Yeah, DJ, you were
Yeah.
talking about that.
Oh, that's
I
right.
Yeah. For most of my childhood, I was a horrible xenophobe. That is, someone that has the fear of dogs. Because I was about 4 or 5 at the time. Dad and I went to this junkyard. He was looking for some scrap metal for something. And he talked to the owner, and the owner's like, "Yeah, make sure you tell your son to not wander off and go on exploring, and because there's a pretty nasty guard dog that we have here."
And then he turned around and you were gone.
Yeah, and I wasn't the most attentive kid back then.
Yeah.
And so I did wander off on my own and came face to face with a Doberman Rottweiler cross.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
jeez.
Those would
and,
look pretty intimidating.
Yeah, it came up to me, and I just stood there, just frozen solid, didn't blink, didn't dare breathe. Probably for a good 10 minutes, and it just stood there looking at me, sizing me up. I was like, oh, I'm terrified. I'm gone. And I was apparently very lucky to have only walked away with a little scratch it gave me on my chest with its claws. Because had I moved a single millimeter or an inch, I probably wouldn't be here today. The owner told me it was that close.
Yeah.
I'm glad you stood still.
Yeah.
Yes, so am I. I stood very, very still.
Have you ever seen the
Statue
movie
has-
The
statue has
Sandlot,
nothing on
DJ?
The what?
The Sandlot.
No, I haven't.
There's a
Yes.
great dog in that.
No.
My
It's
dog
gotten
is
better
like
over
that.
the last couple of years. I'm no longer as scared of dogs as I was. I can,
Okay, that's
you
good.
know, start playing with the smaller dogs and everything. Big dogs still, make me jittery every now and then.
But you can
But
take
yeah,
like a
from-
Chihuahua.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah,
It
for most of my
qualifies as a
childhood, I was
dog.
terrified of dogs.
I'm sending you a Chihuahua. Sending a Chihuahua to Australia.
No.
I'm not gonna lie.
Don't
I
don't
thought
make
your
the
story
same
was going to
mistake
take a
as-
different route.
Oh yeah.
Because there's actually, when we release our dogs now, we actually have to yell like we're letting the dogs loose.
Uh-huh.
Because there was an instance where one of our canine officers was coming off of a run, and he was parked under the streetlight next to a junkyard. And while he's sitting there, he sees some guy, bold as brass, walk up, jump the fence, and go into the scrapyard. So he lets him rummage around for a little bit, and then he just kind of opens the back door to the squad car and lets the dog loose. And the dog drags the guy out of the junkyard by his Achilles tendon. And
Oh,
Oh, sweet Jesus.
apparently the guy has some difficulty walking now. So when you said
I'm
that
surprised.
you
Go
and your dad went to
figure.
a junkyard, I'm like, did your dad get mauled by a dog? Because you might live
No,
near
no, no. Dad was stood there with the owner of the junkyard, just in shock and fear. both of them were. It's like, he's gonna die. And I was like, no, just stand still, go away.
Is there like a?
He
Is there?
got away with the scratch.
Yeah.
The Doberman that came after me bit me in my ass.
Ow.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, like literally, it flew over a side table, around a lamp, across like a really extra long couch, another side table, and around the corner. Because I made the mistake of staring at it and then trying to turn back to go away, to like disappear up the stairs. And immediately, as soon as I turned, the dog was on my ass.
Literally.
Literally.
That was wow. Okay.
You know what's also vicious though? Like I do remember like having an experience where a neighbor's dog got out when I was really little, and like having to scare it off. Like I was growling and like barking at it to like make it go away, and it worked, and I was really surprised. You know what it doesn't work on? Canadian geese.
Oh my god.
I have
Oh.
literally one of the most traumatic experiences I've had as a kid was I was at the beach and like supposed like family friends or whatever, I can't remember. I was like 4 or 5. We had recently moved to the West Coast, so like a bunch of my mom's, I don't know if it is our family or like family friends that my mom calls our family or tells me to call auntie and whatever, cousins, I don't know. They were there, we were down at the beach, and we're like playing around at the picnic table, having some food, and I'm like wandering towards the water a little bit, and then I know some geese are like over on the side, and I'm like, I recognize that they're there, and I'm respecting their space, because I'm a little kid, and I really don't want to get fucked up, because there's just something in me, like, nobody ever told me geese are dangerous. I was just like, I don't want to get near that thing, it does not look
Yeah.
friendly. And I don't know if it was like, because it was like kind of spring when we moved out there, like I think around my birthday, and they just started like getting closer to me slowly. And like, if anyone has seen how geese walk, like Ding Dong, I'm sure you know,
Mhm.
like they kind of like they I'm doing the movement but nobody can see it, but it's a very like deliberate walk towards you. Like they do not hesitate when they see you. They are like more feral than cats. Like I would be more afraid of a like bird of prey stalking me than a feline, like a big cat. So I'm like trying to get back to the picnic table, and like this like flock of geese like cut me off. And instead of helping me, of course, the whole table is like laughing at me, and I'm like freaking out because I don't know what to do. And they're like, "Oh, it's so funny, she can't get past them," because I guess they didn't realize like how dangerous these birds were at the time. And I tried to like go around them, and they just continued to cut me off, and I had to run the other way away from everyone and climb up a tree. And it's one of those things where it's the adrenaline is so intense. I scaled that tree like a cat. Like there were no low-hanging branches. I'm like 4 or 5 years old, and I just went straight up the tree, up in there, and I'm like yelling at my mom to come help me, and everyone's just like howling in laughter. And there's all these angry flapping ducks, like a little tornado of demon feathers at the base of the tree. And I'm like, help me! Like, what are you doing? Why are you laughing? That looks like a blender. And no one helped me, but eventually I got down. It was pretty horrible. Like, I
I
think
don't think
that's like my worst experience with animals to this
I
date.
don't really have any like bad experiences with animals. There was one time where I was like, must have been 8, and I was taking my golden retriever for a walk, but I was not big enough to take that dog for a walk. He saw something and dragged me on the sidewalk for like 50 feet before he stopped.
Awful.
Although if I keep trying to pet the raccoons, I'll let you know if I get any new stories about how animals fuck me.
Don't
Stop
pet
trying
the
to pet the
raccoon
raccoons
or
and the
the
armadillos.
armadillos.
Oh my god.
But they're so
Stop.
cute.
They
Stop it.
are. They have cute little tiny noses, but they carry
Look, but
leprosy.
don't touch.
I'd rather you try to pet a fox than a raccoon.
Oh yeah,
Those are
foxes are
foxes.
fine.
Foxes are not fine. A fox will murder your ass.
Okay,
Yeah,
a lot
foxes
of
can.
things will, but
A man in Belarus.
that death would be swifter than leprosy.
Well, true.
I'm not gonna pet. Okay, I'm not gonna pet the armadillos. I am gonna try and keep petting the raccoons though, and stray cats.
You're gonna
Use
have
gloves.
rabies.
So, 1, enjoy the 8 shots to the stomach when you get rabies. 2, a man in Belarus
they don't
went
put them.
hunting.
They don't put them all in the stomach anymore.
Oh, they don't?
No,
Fuck it, pet the trash pandas.
it's like like one in each butt cheek, one in each thigh, one in each arm. Like they spread it out over your body.
Oh, that's
now.
fine. That's
So they
like,
do it
real-
like
like
Captain
that's
America
fatty
all
tissue
over
and
the
muscle.
place.
That's fine.
Sure. Be Captain America. Pet the trash panda.
Hey,
So
I now have approval.
Just don't pet the
Foxes.
armadillos.
I won't.
You
I'll
don't
poke them with
think they're good.
sticks and make sure that they stay out of the roads.
Like, Joker, if you were to ever come to Australia, I imagine you was one of the tourists that would just go up to a dingo and immediately just feed it and pet it and whatnot.
So to be fair, I can take a dingo. I can take a
True.
No, you
dingo.
cannot. You cannot
the
take
problem, it's not that you can't
You
take
have
a
little
dingo.
faith.
It's the fact that dingo usually has friends. You might
Yeah.
want to take the first dingo. You can probably,
Maybe.
if you're lucky and well built, you can take the second dingo. The third dingo will feast on your corpse.
I've
that's
seen
a
the
fact.
great like twice. I know how to fight big animals.
Would you fight a
Oh.
kangaroo? Because those things are fucking ripped.
Well, unarmed, no, I would not fight a kangaroo. You give me like a knife or like any kind of gun, I could take a kangaroo.
Okay,
I would pay.
but what if the
Sally-
kangaroo has a knife?
I would give
Gun
you
If the
Yes.
kangaroo can use a knife, then I'm probably gonna walk away.
Oh,
I
the
think
kangaroo
you'd
can
have
use
to
a
do
bloody
more
knife.
than walk.
I'll give you a 2x4.
Do not want to
honestly-
be one a kangaroo.
Honestly, if the kangaroo has a knife, at this point you may as well stay and fight. It's already out for blood, and you can't outrun it.
Just
Yeah,
lie
absolutely.
down, accept your fate.
If the kangaroo has a knife, honestly, I'm gonna take a picture because that's kind of amazing.
What the hell?
What? If you saw a kangaroo's
You're
knife,
like
you're like, wow.
that
it's something.
dumbass in the horror films where everyone gets killed who's like taking photos of an oncoming bus with chainsaws all over it.
Right?
Not quite the
You know
same
what?
thing.
Twitter!
They made a movie.
Okay. No. If the kangaroo's coming at me with a knife, okay. If the kangaroo's coming at me with a knife, I will not stake and take a picture. But if you're just standing there,
No, it's
No,
coming
I'm
at
pretty
you.
sure Yeah, I'm pretty sure you would turn around and be like, selfie!
Or he's
Oh,
run,
no, no
he's
selfies.
running away and he does the over-the-shoulder selfie at the kangaroos, chasing them with a knife.
okay, I don't do selfies, but that would be an amazing shot.
Get the selfie stick.
I think at that point it'd be a stabby, but okay.
Make sure to put it on auto send.
Rapid fire.
Say to the cloud.
God. So,
On the topic
So-
of wild animals with guns,
whoa.
I was reading a
Oh.
news article.
Oh,
A
wow.
man in
Yes.
Belarus was shot by a fox.
Oh, shit, yeah.
What?
So
Tell me
he
what you've been
shoots the
doing.
fox, or at least he shoots near it,
What are you doing?
and he decides, I'll save the ammunition, and it's wounded, I'll just go club it to death with the butt of my gun. And he walks up and he gets ready to club it to death, and the fox jumps up, attacks him, and its furry little paw pulled the trigger while he was trying to fight it off, and it shot him in the leg.
So what you're literally saying is that in Mother Russia, a fox shoots you.
I mean, Belarus. But yeah. Yes.
Oh.
I mean, that
Wow.
was the plan, to blame it on the fox animal.
Bad translation. Demi did it.
I don't
Oh.
have access to fly across country. I don't know what you're talking
So-
about.
Joker mentioned the Sandlot earlier. There's a animal in there called They Call the Beast. It's
Oh, yeah.
a mastiff, I think.
I don't know. It's like a
It's
bulldog
like a
mastiff.
bull mastiff.
So
Yeah, it's
when I was growing up, my uncle had a dog. I think it was like a mastiff something mix, but it was huge and it
Yeah.
looked exactly like that dog.
Did it have
And
a gun?
the unfortunate thing, no, the unfortunate
have a
thing is
knife.
she was half blind.
Oh, so it's a
so I
daredevil,
was
it's a
terrified.
dog.
I was terrified of going to their place because
I
you
wonder
would go
why.
up there, you would yell at her, and then she would come at you viciously and stop 6 inches from you, realize it was you, then turn around and go back.
Oh, God.
It's like, God damn it.
I read
DJ. You
it.
want to go visit Tinbad's fucking uncle?
Mm,
Whoa.
no.
What?
What?
What? Didn't you say it's your uncle?
Yeah, my uncle and that dog.
Yeah. DJ, go visit Tinbad's uncle.
Why?
I thought you said something else.
Why?
I heard.
Conquer your
His
fears.
fear?
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
What if we give DJ a knife?
What if we arm DJ with a kangaroo?
Well, then what's going to happen is the dog and the kangaroo are going to fight to see who gets to kill DJ, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think about right.
So,
Full spider just gets me. I'm also afraid of them when I live in Australia.
Yeah,
while
you're in the
we're
wrong.
on this topic, I have a question that I'd like to ask everybody.
Oh.
So,
I don't know if I have.
hypothetically, a friend is setting you up for a blind date.
Oh.
Oh
The person that you're being set up with has an IQ of about 160.
Genius.
Uh,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They speak multiple
Oh.
languages. They're getting a doctorate's degree in veterinary science. There's a slight downside, though. Despite being incredibly intelligent, I mean, this is beyond intelligent, and fantastic linguistic skills, the doctor that you're being set up with is a golden retriever. Would you still go on the date?
Would you go on a second date?
Yeah, second date, essentially. Like, you're going to find out during the first date, like, oh shit, this is a golden retriever. But it's also intelligent, funny, and speaks 3 languages. Would you go on the second date?
How good
What's
are
the
they in bed?
personality?
Ding
the-
dong.
Fantastic personality. Very loyal, very friendly, very affectionate.
How obedient are they?
Whoa.
Whoa.
You know what?
Affectionate, you say?
They actually took classes on this. They're,
They took
can be
obedience classes. Oh my god.
They respond to master.
Wait, they're
Oh.
obedient, they're affectionate, and I could put a leash on them.
Wait,
Yeah.
Sure.
wait. There's one question no one's asking. Can they use a toilet?
They're intelligent enough to figure it out. Yes.
Okay,
Wow.
because that'd be a pain in the ass.
No, be a mess on the
Okay.
floor.
That'd be a bitch.
No, she's the bitch.
So, just general consensus: who would date Dr. Dog, the dog doctor?
How much does she make a year?
Standard veterinary. It's probably like $100,000 a year. I don't know exactly how much a vet makes.
Do they have their own place, or they move in with me?
They don't have their own place. No one will co-sign for them,
Can
but they do have their own practice, and they're good for it. They make good money.
can they drive?
And- No.
No.
Surprisingly
Bullshit.
enough, it's
No.
kind of
Legally,
difficult to
no.
operate a car without opposable thumbs.
How did
Bullshit.
Everywhere.
No. Rod, no. There's a video on the internet. There's a video out right now that just went up of a dog driving a car.
He's so offended.
Send it to me afterwards.
I will. It already exists.
Joker, why?
Well,
I'm
I'm
here
just
to
saying.
reevaluate this line of questioning.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I mean,
God.
the dog can drive. It's smart enough.
Okay, so what I'm curious about is, Timbad, do you have any follow-up questions for your blind date?
Hmm.
I mean, because
Are you a fan of balls?
Hmm. I'm thinking something about tongue, but
Most restaurants do not serve peanut butter,
Wait,
just
wait,
plain
wait.
peanut butter. I should
It
mention
is
that now.
not a cat. Tongue is fine.
Whoa!
Ah,
oh,
All the guys, high five, Debbie.
the sensation that I just thought of.
Oh,
Huntscaping
oh no! Even me now, no!
Demi has brought up this topic before. My response the next day is because online I found a picture that had a little factoid of that a tiger can strip flesh clean with its tongue.
Oh yeah, most big cats can.
Wait, yeah.
That's why they lick the
I was
bone for
telling
forever.
I was telling him how my friend apparently was telling me how he lets his cat lick him.
Like his dick?
like,
Oh my god! Your friend lets his cat lick his dick?
What the fuck? Who are you associating with?
you know that's technically illegal in most states.
Yeah,
You
Same.
I think she's shuddering and cringing right
Same.
Yes! No, because I know. I don't talk to this person anymore, but. Thanks, DJ. Thanks, adopted.
Where's mommy?
That.
Yeah, like. And then I told Tinman, and then he came back with that little factoid, and I'm like, I'm crying.
Well, I guess your friend is into some pain.
So,
now. Oof.
I don't know.
what
crossed
state
that
does your
line
friend
with them.
live in, actually?
Rod's gonna
Okay.
see
I
if
don't
it's
talk to
illegal.
them anymore. I don't know where they are now.
If it's Alabama, Hawaii, Kentucky, Montana, Nevada, New Hampshire, or one of about 9 other states, they're okay.
If not, they go into jail.
I mean, that's only if they get caught and someone walks in on his cat licking his dick.
So,
What I'm curious about is how does he get the cat to lick his dick?
Meow mix.
I don't know.
No, man.
Great.
Do you get like the pate and like just smear it over like lube and then just like wait?
First you fuck the pate, and then you just let the cat do the cleanup.
The exquisite living pate.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I recommend
You're
doing
like
what they say.
Line, I didn't cross when he told me that. Like, that was a factoid he threw out to me without prompting, and
Did you stop what you're doing and look at him like, what the fuck?
my mind got blown when that was told to me, and I kind of just, for like 15 minutes, I was just standing there staring at him, and then
Wait,
immediately
was it happening
spun on my
then?
heel and walked away. Huh?
Was it happening then when you were staring at him?
No!
Did he
Okay.
do a
How-
demonstration?
how long-
I
did
don't
you
know if
know
he
this
does it in
person?
front of people.
I knew them for about a year.
Good
So think about
lord.
this. At any
They went
point
to
during that
school
year,
with
they could have texted you, messaged you online while their cat was licking their dick.
Oh my god!
That brings a whole new
Yeah, well,
level to
break down
the
the-
term
the cast as an
sexting.
over.
Like, okay, honestly, how many of you have messaged someone while you're wanking?
I have not.
I will admit, I've done it before. I was in the middle of my business. I got a message from work, and I responded. Didn't even think about it. Just went right through it.
Just kept going.
Yeah.
Multitasker.
Yeah.
I felt
Yeah,
guilty
multitasking.
when I stopped.
Multitasking is like the single most important part of my job.
I think Ding
Yeah.
Dong said he stops.
No, I felt guilty, so I stopped.
Oh.
Now, did
You're
you
so
did you
cute.
resume afterwards, or
Now it's like, oh.
Oh no! Aw.
oh, it's just that like
And then
It's
I-
just
and then I went to
prevailing
take a
sense of
shower.
shame.
Aw. For me, I'm like, it'll be. I'm just like messaging multiple people because I'm getting bored.
Oh.
And it's like about nothing, and I'm just like, what's up? What you
This
doing
is-
tomorrow?
So you're not even like being texted first. You're just like, yeah, no, this isn't quite enough entertainment. I need to do something else while I'm here.
Yeah,
Wow.
gotta multitask.
I can admire that. That is good time management.
Time management, you say.
Oh. Sorry.
Tinbad with the story.
No, I just remembered the
I-
Tinbad story, but it involved Tog.
Ah!
Oh. No. Oh god.
That
You should
was
tell
a
it. The
thing.
story will be the talk of the town.
That'll be for another podcast. Another modcast.
Yeah,
so
we'll have to
time
have-
management.
Yeah. We'll have a.
I've had issues with time management in the past because
Or issues.
it takes too long, and people message me. I'm like,
Maybe you're just
2
not doing it
hours
right.
later.
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Fucking stamina.
I know, right? Every time I talk to this guy, I'm just like, what? Did you put an extra zero in there? Like.
Have you considered like maybe running while you do it? You know, tire yourself out a little bit faster. Get a treadmill.
What the fuck? What would that even look like? Like he's in like his like joggers pants and he's like, I can't. No.
Wait, who wears jogger pants while they're masturbating? Come on.
Someone who's going for a run while they're doing it.
The jogger?
I said a treadmill. Don't go
Oh
outside.
no! See, I
Yeah,
imagine.
treadmill.
I imagine like in the
Ooh, that
world of The
vibration.
Sims. Oh.
Oh,
Nah, that's.
Sims jacking off while on treadmill.
What?
Like I said, time management.
Oh yeah. All about that efficiency.
Multitasking. So probably on that topic too is kink wars. How that
back
affects
to
your
this.
lives.
I need to know about this. I'm sad to say I missed the Guild Wars, the drinking, and the kinky discussion.
Yeah, I missed
I-
the. Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Yeah. I don't know how the bondage discussions started, but I got
Whoa.
really drunk on Saturday.
that's an understatement.
No, yeah, that's an understatement. You You were
Oh.
gone. Like, I was there, you were gone. You were past.
And Sunday morning was bad. It was bad. Not as bad as that time at the Whiskey
All I
Bar.
remember, I think on Sunday, because like where was I Saturday? I don't know. I was unavailable Saturday, and
I
then
think you had a shoot Saturday.
no, my shoot was Sunday. I can't remember. Saturday I don't know. But I remember on Sunday, like during the shoot, like while I was in between, like who's being shot, I was just checking Discord, and then I went into the Pics, Gifts, and Links room. And
Oh,
that was a
yeah.
mistake because there were ball gags, there were padded handcuffs,
Leather cuffs and ball
there-
gags.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
what
And-
aftermath is this to? Like, what happened?
We
There's
had a
some
group
discussion
going.
about handcuffs, and I'm like, the leather cuffs are the best.
Yeah.
So I posted a picture of the leather cuffs to show an example, and then someone like talked about gags. I'm like, ball gag. I found a picture of that too in related searches, and posted that too. And it's like, hey, that's. And then someone's like, that ball gag has a collar. And then someone said kink wars, and that evolved into kink wars too.
That was
The
me.
moistening.
Hi, that
But
was me.
yeah.
I was the guilty party for that.
was
Aren't you
the
also the butthole?
Who is the moist butthole?
Oh, I regret that day.
Oh, you regret the butthole name.
How
Don't
do you-
worry, all of us do.
I'm the one who fucking started it. Ugh.
God,
I had to play.
Who is the moist butthole? I forget.
DJ.
That was
Oh
me.
my.
Oh.
Yeah, DJ's the butthole moisture.
Oh, yeah.
69. Don't forget the number. It's important.
Sorry.
I'm like pretty uncomfortable right now. I don't know about you guys.
I'm sorry.
It happens.
My tea is
Question.
done for the day.
Yep.
Question?
Please don't think any less of me, mommy.
Is damp rectum any better?
No! That sounds like you should just stop whatever it is that you are doing,
I think it's worse.
Probably go see a doctor.
or maybe use a little bit more lube because damp is not sufficient.
Actually, you know what? I think I got another synonym.
No.
Please,
No, whatever it is,
No.
no.
please enlighten us.
Oh, it's a wet sphincter.
Mm,
Nah.
Not the worst one ever. Card gives you a 2 out of 10.
Mm,
Well, I tried.
you did. That's it. That's
You
what
also-
counts.
I don't think that counts.
Well, oh, come on, A for effort. At least give him that.
He
There's only
tried.
so many words for wet and butthole.
There's
This
a
all sounds
lot
like
of
a really
words for butthole. Trust me.
Bad way of consoling someone for like bad anal sex.
Remember that, what was it? I'm sorry. Was it a Sub Sunday with the whole chocolate starfish thing?
Oh God!
Oh,
Oh, no! Why would you bring that back? Not the
Well,
chocolate
synonym for awful.
starfish.
Who the heck started that?
I
Hi.
think it was.
Guilty. Guilty is charged again.
You
Goddamn
you
DJ.
butthole fucker!
Adopted
It's always the
race
quiet
learning
ones,
these
isn't it?
bad things.
It always
Demi,
is.
Demi,
The
is this how you
quiet
raise
foreign ones.
No.
Oh, does
I
this mean
adopted
Ding
it.
Dong is also secretly into butts?
No, I
What?
adopted DK.
Not even here. He's like somewhere else. I still remember that time
Oh.
I showed Ding Dong the photo from my shoot.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh my.
It was from my lingerie shoot, and I guess Ding Dong
That
had some
one?
very conflicted feelings about the photo.
Yeah, I was like, in my head, I was like, oh wait. Well, I was scrolling down because of Twitter, and I saw it, and I was like, oh look, it's Sheena. I know Sheena. I shouldn't be looking at this. So I like tried to go back because my phone at the time was like kind of busted, so it wouldn't work, and I started panicking, and I threw it against the wall, and it broke.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
So cute. I felt so bad because I was like laughing, but then I was like, oh my god, you broke your phone because you looked at my pasty white ass. I'm so
I'm not gonna
sorry.
lie.
It hurts to laugh.
I had a similar problem because I was at work and I was on third, so I'm just scrolling through Twitter and I see that and I'm like, oh, I should not be looking at this at work. Alt tab, alt tab, white screen of death. Fuck.
Nice.
That totally happened to
It would
me.
go
Like,
away
pull up
slowly.
Facebook, and it's like, oh, exit Facebook.
Yeah, it's what I don't know. It's odd because I've seen more of you from the lingerie shoots than I have of some of the women I've dated over my time, which is a really weird thing to like. What's the word? Reconcile in my head.
Should we discuss your Tinder choices?
No,
Oh.
because
Oh! I'm clapping right now.
honestly, well, that makes one person.
She's excited.
I know of one that can't.
Yes! Rod, you have to tell us because that evolved. That ties back in with the handcuffs and the ankles.
Right. So, I'll occasionally drink, as some people know,
Yeah.
and when I'm doing this, Monday through Friday, and double time on
Saturday and
Saturdays,
Sunday.
I will probably just at some point, without thinking about it, sit down, open Tinder, and then spam the accept button on literally everything that comes across the screen. Like, it doesn't even load before I've already accepted and moved on to the next one. And one of the matches, lovely girl, very interesting person, has a lot of interesting hobbies. I didn't notice this at first because when you're doing that, you generally don't read the bio or see the pictures. She is kind of missing a hand.
Kinda.
And
Only kind
by
of.
the time I realized this, my thought was, all right. So, I'll admit, I occasionally enjoy a little handcuff slap and tickle. How the fuck does that work if they don't have a hand?
I remember we started debating because I think you were really drunk when you came in to the room and
I
you
was-
started talking about it, and we were like, because this was Alex was there, and we were discussing how would you handcuff a one-handed person, and literally everyone's response is like handcuff her to her ankle.
No.
Right, but the problem with
Not
that,
every bedpost.
now you've got that spare arm, and let's be honest, the hook that you can get with that,
With the stump.
with the stump, that could probably knock somebody's teeth out. Do you really want somebody that can, fight back that much?
Well, I don't know. I have honestly
I
little to no
generally-
experience in BDSM, so I have no idea.
I'm thinking strictly from a law enforcement standpoint now.
Yeah.
I don't want to get throat stumped at any point in my life.
Is that what they call it?
That sounds awful.
I mean,
It is now.
that could collapse an Adam's apple. like,
I-
You get throat stumped, your Adam's apple's jammed up there, then you suffocate and die. And that's how you end, and that's how they're going to read your obituary. And then everybody else is going to laugh at you at your funeral, hypothetically speaking.
I think
And
what
some
you
shitty
need
friends.
is if everyone at the funeral was Rod, they would all laugh at you in unison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I've been laughing at you since forever.
I'm the kind of guy that laughs at a funeral. What can I say?
Yeah.
Rod, your icon picture is going to be the picture we use for your funeral.
It's okay. I'll Photoshop it to make the cigar look even more like a skinny ass dick.
I was going to say, can someone at least put like a bell end on that?
Oh yeah.
My mom will be so proud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All those years in the Coast Guard just changed you a little.
A little?
Smoking a penis.
I'm not gonna lie. I've probably seen more male genitals than most women or most gay men that I know.
Probably.
It's a
it
definitive thing at this point.
It all depends on how closely you saw them.
That was that shadow
Um,
story.
Very
Like
close.
two or 3 feet at eye level. Like
Well,
you're sitting
Rod-
on the bench, you're putting
Eye level.
Rod,
2 or 3 inches at eye level.
Rod, you need to get off of your knees. What have we talked about?
I know. Luckily, I've got a better job now. And I don't need to do that as much. Now it's just a hobby.
Okay, so we are coming up to about an hour now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little Mogcast thing that we put together. Like I said at the beginning, you should recognize a lot of these faces as moderators for not only my stream, but if you're part of the Shenanigans community, whether it be some of the games we play, the forums, Discord, or anywhere else on the internet. And as you can see, this is some of what we talk about in the Little Mod Chat, and we figured we'd share it with you, and I hope it's been, I guess, enlightening is a word. I'm not sure if anyone else would like to contribute to this synopsis.
Enlightening
Not
is a
one
word
word
for it.
Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to say. That was really freaky.
I think we know who's been teaching DJ.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Well, Tin Dad was the daddy.
Oh yeah.
You mean Tin Dad?
Tin Dad. Anyway.
Holy
Oh
daddy.
man. Alright, so until next time, we will catch you guys on the next modcast. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.